Mm. Hello, hello, hello. My background is not working for some reason. We're off to a great start. Welcome to Koen's Corner, everyone. Today, we are once again playing some Minecraft with a black frickin' background on here. Let me fix that real quick. Or at least try to fix it. There we go. That's a lot better. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Today we're finally getting back into playing some Minecraft again, because I don't do that nearly enough anymore, I feel like. And today, I was going to hop onto the Minecraft server real quick. But then I figured, you know what? I've been on the Minecraft server enough times already. Maybe not on Koen's Corner specifically, but I've been playing... I've been on the Minecraft server pretty much exclusively for the better part of, what is it, like 3 or 4 months now, I think that server has existed already. Maybe a little bit shorter, maybe a little bit longer, I'm not entirely certain. But, the point is, I have been doing, I have been busy on that Minecraft server for quite some time now, and I kind of wanted to switch it up a little bit. So what we'll do is we'll make a brand new single-player Minecraft world, and we'll have some fun there. Sound good to you? Sound good to me. Let's do it. So, let me just set up some things here before we get to that, and I have not done anything. For the record, I have not done a single thing yet. So, we're gonna get into this all together. I should stretch this out a little bit so that we don't get that black bar on the bottom there. Alright. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't need to explain what's going to happen here. We're just gonna create a single player world. I've done this a lot of times before. We're gonna create one in easy mode. PSYT, blah. Blah, blah, blah. That's what we're gonna call it. Oh my goodness, I really have to get used to this layout. I have not used this. I've not done this in a really long time. Usually when I play Minecraft anymore, I either play on the Minecraft server or I play on Phantom Falls, so I have not used this UI at all yet, and that is kind of crazy, because this UI has existed for a really long time now. I believe this has existed for, I believe this has been there since 1.20.x, something like that. I'm really not sure, but it has been around for a long time anyway. So, yeah, this is where we check the game rules and all that. I think this is all fine, honestly. I do prefer to, at the very least, have keep inventory enabled on my survival worlds. Mainly because I don't... So here's the thing with the way that I play Minecraft. Like, some people have actually criticized me in the past, not necessarily online, but some people have been... had made fun of me for the way that I play Minecraft, because I don't play with mobs enabled, I don't play with hunger bars or whatever. I tend to play peaceful because that's just the way that I prefer it. I am a very, very casual Minecraft player, in that I don't want to worry about having mobs or whatever in my Minecraft worlds. For a number of reasons. And I especially just do things like keep inventory. I do at the very least keep fall damage and fire damage and whatnot, because that's... just to keep things a little bit interesting. But that's about all I do. I do at the very least like to have keep inventory enabled. Where did I find that setting? Right here. Just because... I don't know, I don't like the idea of having to lose all of my junk after a raid session. Or a raid session, after a God, what am I saying? I have absolutely no idea. But anyway. So this is where things get interesting. So you can enable data pack. This is something that I want to talk about for a little bit, because I've had some problems with data packs in the past. But we're gonna get to that when I create a new world, and we'll have some fun with that. But quite some time ago, when Minecraft got an update to 1.21, I wanted to update some of my worlds with it, because I like to keep all of my worlds. It turns out that some of the worlds that I had back in the day, or back in the day for a while, are completely unusable in the state that I had them in. Because I was playing on a version of Minecraft where I had a data pack baked into the actual game. So pretty much any world that I loaded on that data pack or on that Minecraft version, for some reason got a data pack installed on it that I could not for the life of me figure out how to get it out of there. So the game was pretty much stuck in a certain state that I could not get it out of. So every single world that I tried to load, that I loaded up in that version of the game, got that data pack suddenly just baked into it. And if I wanted to update my game, and if I wanted to update that world, it basically would not work. Like, the world was basically a brick at that point. So a really, really frustrating experience that was. I really did not enjoy that that part of it, but oh well. I did luckily keep a backup of the worlds that I had, or at least the worlds that I cared about, just so I would be able to play them again. And I still play those worlds every once in a while these days, but yeah, that was a really strange thing that happened. Also, you might notice that for once, my gameplay, at the very least on Minecraft, doesn't look like it's being recorded on an actual potato, and that's because my computer has saw the best specs that I've had in a long time. Like, they're not top of the line or anything. Not even by a long shot. Like, I could have gone an even better CPU, an even better graphics card and whatnot. But, like, the specifications that I currently have, I can actually just show you what I have here. Using Task Manager, I believe that should show me everything that I need to know. So I don't have top-of-the-line specifications. I got an Intel Core i7-13700KF. Which is perfectly fine for what I need. I have 32 gigs of DDR4 or 5 RAM. Does it actually say on here? I don't think it says it right here. Oh well. But anyway, just 32 gigs of RAM. I got a very nice SSD and HDD and whatnot. And a pretty dang sick GPU, an RTX 4060 Ti, which, again, it's definitely not top of the line. You can definitely get a lot better than it, but it's a lot better than what I had, is what I'm getting at. So, I think it's pretty dang epic what I have. A lot of people shit on the 4060 Ti, or the 4000 series in general. In fact, people just kind of shit on Nvidia in general these days because of a lot of strange decisions that they make with their GPUs. But here's the thing, right? I've always had very good experiences with Nvidia GPUs. Like, I've never really had any issues with them. They may not be quite as versatile or quite as performant as an AMD card would be, especially for the price that they cost. But I still think that they are worth it, and also I'm just familiar with the brand. I'm used to it, so I just stick with Nvidia for the most part. Or at the very least with GTX and RTX cards, because it's what I'm familiar with. And also, it just works for me. So, hence why I decided to just once again go with an NVIDIA GPU for what I want to do. And that is to play games, and that is to edit videos with. Even though the software that I use to edit my videos doesn't really use the GPU, it mostly uses the CPU for my editing, which again, the processor that I currently have does the job really, really, really well for that. So now, before I actually went and bought this computer, I actually asked around a little bit, see if the specifications that I got or that I wanted to go for were any good for the price that it would cost. And plenty of people have told me that the specifications, especially for the price, because again, I spent like I want to say 1,700 euros or something on it. Don't quite recall the full amount, but it was around about 1,700 euros. And I just wanted to know, are these specifications good for that money? Because I don't want to overspend, and I want to just get a proper PC for what I need to do, which is to edit videos and to play video games. But I don't want to spend more money than I realistically have to or should even for a computer. When it comes to building or buying computers, it is incredibly easy to overspend. Like, you would be amazed how easy it is to overspend on a computer, because a lot of components that you're going to get, you want to make sure that you get components that fit your preferences, that suit your needs. And you want to make sure that you don't spend too much on the components that you're getting. So, and what is also important to consider is, what are you going to do with your computer? Like, for example, I am a video editor. I edit videos for the PhoenixStarYT channel and for Phantom Strider and whatnot. And I also like to play video games in my leisure time. So I need a computer that is going to suit those needs, you know. I need a computer that will be able to both be a very good, damn, I can't speak. I need a computer that will be a very good workstation, and I need a computer that will be very good at just running video games. Now, granted, I don't play the latest and greatest AAA titles, because, to be quite frank, I don't really care for AAA titles anymore. I haven't cared for AAA titles in a really long time, so that's probably the last type of game that I would be playing on this machine. But I would at the very least like to be able to play the games that I do want to play very competently. So it was important to me that I got a good GPU for that. Because I didn't really care that much for ray tracing. I know that that was a massive thing that was being marketed by NVIDIA and even AMD, I believe, with their latest Radeon cards. That ray tracing is a thing now. You now get better reflections in your in water and in lighting and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't care for any of that bullshit. I don't even play any video games I don't think that support it. I mean, obviously, I'm playing Minecraft right now with a shader pack. Like, I'm running this with SUSE PTGI, which is a shader pack that has ray tracing features baked into it. And I do have those enabled, but that is literally the only case where ray tracing would be useful for me. I don't really play any other games that have ray tracing capabilities to it. And even the games that are graphically demanding or whatever, came out of... I don't play any modern games, or very many modern games. So most of the games that I think the most modern game that I currently own is Cuphead, maybe? Or, it could be Cuphead. I don't actually remember when all of the games that I own came from. So it's kind of tough to keep track of that. But the point is, I don't really play very many modern games. I don't really play all that many new AAA titles. Because, again, I just don't really care for those. AAA games have not interested me in literally forever. Like, ever since microtransactions have just taken over the industry. Ever since virtually every single AAA company has pretty much gone to shit. Ever since a lot of stuff was just going down surrounding all of those AAA companies, like, I've seen enough garbage to where I just don't want to play any AAA titles anymore these days. So the only times when I would actually get interested or excited even to play a modern video game anymore is when an indie studio would come up with something new and exciting. Which I honestly think is really, really sad. I'm gonna be making a whole video. I'm currently working on that right now. As well as working on some Phantom Strider edits, but that's a different story altogether. I'm working on a video where I would be talking about my thoughts on the video game industry as it is right now, and why I think that retro gaming has become a lot more popular than it ever has before. Because it has become very, very popular nowadays to just screw the old and get in with the new, you know, just get in with the old, get in with the new. To just forget about the new and get into the old, you know. Just play really, really old as hell video games, because that's what people find interesting nowadays. And I honestly think that's really, really sad, because the AAA studios or publishers are kind of defining what video games are these days. And holy shit, I keep forgetting how dark these shaders are during the nighttime. Actually, do I have this? I do. Let's just do this then. Like I said, I'm here to play casually. So I'm just going to set the time to daylight when it gets dark, because I really do not feel like dealing with that shit right now. Are you going to get inside? He's at the very least trying. Oh, that poor zombie. But yeah, I just kind of wish that that the industry would not have shifted in such a depressing way as it has in the last few years. It's really sad. At least to me. As someone who likes video games, I kind of wish that the industry hasn't shifted the way that it has. Where publishers seem to care a lot more about making a quick buck off of microtransactions and loot boxes. Essentially, gambling is what AAA companies are currently putting all of their efforts into. I just kind of wish that that wasn't the case. So, yeah. But it is. It's what it is, and there's really not a whole lot that we can do about that, unfortunately. I wish there was something that we could do about it, but so long as things are the way that they are right now with the current games industry, I don't see that happening anytime soon, unfortunately. Oh well. We at the very least have games like this. Still, like, we still get indie titles. I've seen a lot of things pop up in the last few years about Billy Bust Up, which looks really dang fun. Even if I think the concept is a little bit weird. Like, you get a, what I'm assuming is going to be a boss rush game. But also with a little bit of platforming here and there. Kind of like what Cuphead was. You know, because Cuphead was a game where you had platforming, you had the run and gun kind of gameplay in the run and gun levels, but the primary gameplay of Cuphead was boss fights. That was a really fun game, even if it was extremely difficult. It was a really hard game. But it also was just really, really fun because of that boss rush gameplay. Now, one thing that I do kind of wish it did better, though, I know I'm kind of going on a tangent on a lot of things right now, but I would love for Cuphead to make it so that the soul contracts would not be that you would only. I would wish. Good lord, I can't speak. I would love for Cuphead to make it so that you could get a soul contract no matter what difficulty setting you play the game in, because it requires you to play on regular, which is medium difficulty, and beat the bosses in that difficulty in order to progress further in the game, which I personally don't like. I don't like that system. I think it's bullshit. Because the game is already difficult as is in its easiest difficulty setting. And I honestly, because I'm not that great of a gamer, I think so much was made abundantly clear from any live stream or any Let's Play that I've done over the years. Not that I've done that many Let's Plays, but you get the idea. Like, I'm not that great at video games, so I would have loved for, so I would like for Cuphead to be made a little bit easier by making it so that you get a soul contract whenever you just beat a boss in even the easiest difficulty setting that they have. Would save me a lot of headache and a lot of rage. Because again, the game is already hard enough as is. Don't change much about the difficulty in the run and gun stages, because the run and gun stages are designed to be difficult so that you can get more coins, and so that you can buy better weapons in the shop to help you progress further into the game. I get that, and I absolutely do not mind the difficulty as is in the run and gun stages. But I would like for everything else to just be made a little bit easier. But that's just me. I'm more, again, I'm more of a casual gamer, so that's just the kind of thing that I care about. But yeah. But anyway, going back to the to my PC real quick, because I play a bunch of indie titles nowadays. Or a bunch of old games. I really don't care about the latest and greatest top-of-the-line PC or whatever. I just need a computer that works and that I can do my work on fairly competently. Not that I consider my work to be competent, because, I don't know. I'm honestly not that certain about my work sometimes. And this could just be a me thing, but sometimes I'm always, I'm someone who just always questions myself as to whether or not I do a good job at what I do. Why are you still burning? I don't understand this game sometimes. It makes no sense. It's so weird sometimes how sometimes it just decides to not work. And it's so weird. This game is already getting, I don't want to say this game is old, but like it's released in 2011. I would expect some things to be fixed by now. But it still isn't. Sometimes the game still just randomly will decide, yeah, I'm just gonna break this specific feature or this specific point in the game that probably should not be broken. It's really weird how that works, but it works like that, and I don't know why. Also, why are there so many animals around here? Is that because this is a extreme hills biome or something? Oh god, I should... yeah, it's just a plains biome. I guess that's why. I should really fix my F3 menu. I'm really sorry, guys. Oh, man. But yeah, what was I just talking about? I don't remember what I was talking about. I was just talking random nonsense. But, yeah. This game is just really, oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. How this game just randomly will decide to not work. Because there's so many features in this game that do work really, really well. But then, at some point, it just randomly will decide, I'm not gonna work today. Like that zombie that just would not burn to death for whatever reason. Like, I don't understand how that even works in the first place. Actually, you know what? I know how it works. It doesn't work. It doesn't work because it doesn't want to work. Sometimes it just doesn't want to work, and I don't know why. It's so weird. It makes Minecraft really fun. Like, sometimes random buggery just happens where the water just doesn't want to do its thing anymore, or whatever. But it also makes the game incredibly frustrating in a lot of points, because you gotta, because when something just doesn't want to work, it can also... Sometimes it can be fun stuff like zombies just not burning to a crisp. But sometimes it can also be something like an elytra not cooperating with you. Or sometimes it can be an ender pearl that would just teleport you in midair. And you just plummet to your death because of that. I don't know. Those are just some really random examples, and I don't even know if they're fair examples, because those things just don't happen that often. But I've seen some instances where that kind of thing does happen, and it's crazy to me that that kind of thing can even happen in the first place. I should get torches, because it's getting really, really dark, and this game, with this particular shader pack on, it already gets really dark. And I have my... The thing is, I do have my brightness level at the highest possible setting. Now, there are ways that you can fix the game being dark by going into the options file of your game and then just turning the brightness level all the way up to 1,000,000. And that's how you fix that. Which is pretty dang sick. The fact that you can even do that is really epic. I love it. Yeah, stream is still working fine. That's something that I like to check every once in a while, whether or not the stream is still working, because I've had so many problems with streaming in the past. Granted, I have not had problems with streaming that often anymore in recent years, but sometimes bullshit can still happen. Like that one issue that I had a little while ago, when I was just live streaming for a little bit, and then all of a sudden everything on my computer just froze and broke, and all of a sudden nothing works anymore. It was a whole thing, and it really sucked, because good lord, I just wanted to live stream for a little bit, and it just didn't work for some reason. Yeah, sometimes that kind of thing just kind of happens. Sometimes it works, sometimes it just doesn't. For no apparent reason. So, welcome to IT, I guess. where stuff just randomly breaks on you. I've had a lot of problems with literally every single computer I had. And it will always be like that. Like, technology is never going to be perfect. And quite frankly... What was that laugh? Is there a witch around here? Actually, do witches laugh nowadays in Minecraft? I don't actually know. That's another thing. Like, Minecraft just randomly adds stuff to the game that also seems to have no rhyme or reason. Now, I know that in this latest update, because we're playing on 1.21.5, and of course the version number is hidden behind my face, but I'm on 1.21.5, and I know that there are some really cool new things added to this that is going to be really interesting for especially multiplayer, I can imagine, because now you get dried gas that you can grow into the happy gas by feeding it snowballs. For some reason, I don't know why it would have to be snowballs specifically, because that just seems like such a random thing. I get growing a gasling by putting water on top of it, because it's called a dried gas. If it is a dried gas, you would probably have to give it some water, submerge it in water, and there you go, you get a gasling. That makes sense to me. That makes a lot of sense. If something is dry, you give it water. Easy as that. But what doesn't make sense to me is that you give a gasling. I actually have to I actually want to test this out, because I have not tested this literally at all. Let me just test this in Phantom Falls. I think that would... Nah, let's do it in the dirt map. Let's do it in dirt map. Okay. So, it's... We're in creative mode right now. That doesn't matter. Let's just go look for... I believe we can just get it from here somewhere. Doesn't look like it. How do I craft a dried gas? Is a dried gas even a thing yet? Crafting. Is what I just typed. I'm an idiot. Let's see. The dried gas. Okay. So we need gas tiers. And apparently that's what the spawn egg looks like now. Also, look at all of these cool new spawn eggs that we get in the game. Like, these are all seriously cool. I love every single one of these. Also, we have a creaking heart. What the heck is the point of that? I have no idea. But yeah, these are all of the spawn eggs. They look really sick. And I love them to bits. This is really cool. Can I spawn a gasling? No, I cannot. I believe those are bone blocks in that crafting recipe. So let me just get a full stack of those. And let's open up the crafting table. Okay, so what you do is you take this and that. Wait. Oh, wait. Oh, no. I think I missed something. Let me just try something real quick. There's experiments. Minecraft improvement. What? Okay. Apparently, the happy guest is not a thing yet. Oh, but wait a second. I think I know. Oh, that's the wrong map. I think I know what was going on. I got very confused. So, I'm an idiot. The Happy Ghast was a thing for the next big update, I believe it was. So we're not going to get those until, I believe, 1.22, something like that. Can I also just say that the version numbering of Minecraft has been abysmal? Like, it has been a mouthful literally forever, and I kinda... I'm hoping that, the day that, the way that Minecraft does its numbering for versions changes drastically, where, within the next few updates we finally get version 2 or whatever. Or even just a straight up sequel to Minecraft or whatever, because 1.22.x is a mouthful and a half, and I hate it. This is probably the most nitpick that I'm ever going to get, but yeah, I just really don't like the numbering scheme of Minecraft whatsoever. It makes sense. Like, the numbering, the way that Minecraft does its version numbering makes a lot of sense to me, because you have Minecraft 1, which is just the game itself. There's .x and x and 1.x, say 1.21 stands for the version of the game itself, or the big updates of it. And then you have things like 1.21.x, and the X stands for the 1, the 2, or whatever. And that is the revision of the game. And Minecraft revisions typically include smaller changes, like this leaf litter that was part of this revision of the game, bug fixes, and you know, little things like that. So the way that it does its numbers makes sense. I just wish that it wasn't as bad of a mouthful as it is. Like, you could do something similar, like what macOS has done for many years, and that is to just give every version a name, and not just a number. I know that Minecraft has been doing this for the longest time, but numbers get confusing as all hell in Minecraft, at least to me. I don't... and they also are just not memorable names for versions, if you ask me. Like, I forget about half of them a lot of the time, and I'm also just never quite certain on what version of the game that one name was for. Like, the Spring to Life update. I never, I would have absolutely no idea what that will mean, like 2 or 3 years down the line. And again, I'm kind of nitpicking about all of this, but I don't know. I'm just not that into the naming scheme of Minecraft versions, but that's just me. Let's make some torches. And then we're going to light up the cave that I'm currently mining in. Let's just do this. Doesn't really matter. Actually, I'm gonna make stairs a little bit later on. We're gonna make this a little bit deeper. A little something like that, I think. There's a lot more mining room this way. Thus, I will maybe find some more resources because of it. And I will also, you know, not whack my my head against the ceiling every time I go into the mine. Especially when I put down stairs around here. That makes sense? I don't know if that makes sense, but it makes sense to me, and that is what matters. Oh, man, oh, man. Also, how has everyone's Easter been this year? Or how is everyone's Easter going this year? My Easter was really not that exciting. And the reason why it wasn't all that exciting was for a number of reasons. And the primary reason was that I was mostly just cleaning up my room. As you can see in the background, I have this big new closet here. The shelves are gone. They are completely gone. So unfortunately, no display anymore. But everything is just cleaned up a little bit more. And it's just everything is better organized and everything, and it's all great. But it's just a shame that the shelves had to go. I still have my plush shells back here, but I will have to consider if I want this angle that I currently have, which I personally like this angle a lot. I like to show off my room and everything. But now that the shelves are gone, there's literally no point in that anymore because there's nothing to see there. Which kind of gets rid of the whole point of me having this angle. Because the whole reason why I even went with this camera angle in the first place is so that you'll be able to see a lot more of my room. And especially the shelves. Because I thought that the shelves added a lot more character, a lot more life to my room. And especially to the background of Koen's Corner and these live streams. So that's why I always had the shelves in the background of these live streams. But now that the shelves are gone, it is completely pointless to have the angle be the way that it is right now. Because there's literally nothing to see here. It's all white and it's all very bright and not fun to look at. At that point, I would much rather just have the shelves in the background here. But I also just really like this kind of wide angle. I don't know. It's something that I will have to figure out. Oh, that's the wrong thing. It's something that I will have to figure out. What the heck was going on with my transition there? Okay, it's working fine now. But yeah, it's something that I will have to consider. Do I want to keep this angle or do I want to switch over to an angle that has a little bit more going on in the background? Because quite frankly, I don't like this angle as much as I used to anymore because of how white and how blank the background is right now. Now you might be wondering, hey Koen, why did you even go with this closet then in the first place if you don't like it as much as what you used to have? It was because I didn't really have that much of a choice. I will get into why that is maybe at a later date. But I was not given that much of a choice. I had to, this closet was going, my shelves were gonna go away and they were going to get replaced with this, frankly, boring background. And I'm really not a fan of it. But yeah, that's why the closet is gone. It's because stuff happened leading me to... Why do I hear so much groaning and so much giggling around me? I hear a witch laughing and I don't like that sound. It's coming from down here, isn't it? It's coming from down here. There's a creeper over here. Woo! I hope those witches aren't going to become a problem later on, because, oh boy. I do not feel like dealing with that bullshit. The laughter of that witch is also really unnerving. I despise every bit of it. Also, let's get some building going over here. Because I kind of want to... Oh, my goodness. Okay. Do I have any more? Yeah. There we go. Okay, those... Will you please stop laughing? Stop it! I don't want to hear any of your laughter, witch. Leave me alone. Oh, oops. Yeah, let's just get rid of this. Some people just really don't deal with this kind of bullshit. You know, I've often been asked, like, hey, Koen, why don't you use scaffolding? Why aren't you using scaffolding? Why are you wasting your time doing stuff like this, you know? Because scaffolding is just so much easier. It's because scaffolding sucks. It sucks. I hate everything about how you use scaffolding in Minecraft. It really does not cooperate with me a lot of the time. It's absolutely pointless to me. Because the thing is, as cool as scaffolding is to as a concept, I love scaffolding as a concept. But in execution, it just really sucks to use. It never cooperates with me. I never understood how to work with it. If you break one block, it just gets everything just crumbles down. It doesn't even require that much force to get rid of it. If you just slap on it once, everything goes. And I just hate it. I absolutely hate it. And I never understood how someone could enjoy using it, because it just really, it's just so flippin' frustrating to me. I hate it to bits. I should get some kind of a farm soon. I'm probably going to get something very soon when I finally have a little bit more resources. Right now I really don't have the resources to get a farm. I still need some iron. I still need a bunch of other things. I need a lot of things. So I'm going to grab some things. Now I could just do a little bit of an ass pull. I do have this. But I don't really use it. Not in a single player world at least. Well, I don't really use it, period. And especially not during a live stream. I'm not really that much of a cheater. I do have it when I just feel kind of lazy and I don't want to go out of my way to look for diamonds or whatever. Because it just takes a really, really, really long time. And I've ranted about this a number of times in the past, but I despise the way that ores spawn nowadays in modern Minecraft. Like, the way that mining has become so much more monotonous and so much more frustrating to me than it ever has before, and it's all thanks to that mining system, because I can actually just show you a quick graph of what's going on. Hello Hadrid Young, welcome to the stream. It's great to have you here. But I can just show you what it looks like to mine nowadays. If you need to mine, this is how it looks. It's absolutely ridiculous. So Minecraft mining diamond level, something like that. Let me just show my full screen. Here's what you get. The ore is found at level 15 or lower, most commonly between -50 and -64. Levels -85 and 59 are the preferred levels to mine at, since they don't contain bedrock, as it starts spawning at -60. So, to put things into context, right? Does this show a diagram at all of the mining system? How'd you do that transition? It looked sick. Basically, what you need is a transition file. So let me I can actually just show you what I have going on here. I should just have it on my external hard drive here. Stream overlays. So what I have here is a transition file. It's just a video file with a transparent background that you can use. You can find a bunch of those online on a bunch of different websites. And you just dump that into OBS, into your transitions. There's this option right here, scene transition. When you click the stinger option right there, you get a nice little menu that lets you pick out what stinger you want. And you just locate your stinger. And there you go. You have a very cool looking transition like this. Now, it is a little bit finicky. You do need to figure out, because it also comes with a little bit of timing involved. I can actually show you, I think, what it looks like. Yeah, I could just create a new stinger. So, a few things to note. You have to get the actual file, and then you also have to find the transition point, which you need to tinker with a little bit, because if it isn't quite right, if the timing is off, your transition will look weird. I'll put it that way. It's hard to explain, but yeah, that's how you do a transition in your live streams. You can find a bunch of them online if you're looking. Some of them are free, but I've seen a lot that are that you also have to pay for. The one that I'm using, I paid for with my own money, so yeah, that's how you do a transition in your live streams. And this particular one also just really fits me the most, so that's the reason why I use it. It doesn't really fit with the look of this live stream. The transition for some reason did not work that time. Oh, I see why. Okay, hang on. I need to get rid of that stinger real quick. I forgot that that it would automatically create the stinger there. But the transition doesn't really fit with this whole look that I have going on. But it does fit me the most. I couldn't really find something that fits this particular stream layout that I have. So that's why I currently have this. I should get some more water if I want to do this for another hour. I've already been doing this for about an hour, and my voice is already starting to hurt a little bit. That's kind of what happens when you do a live stream like this and you talk about it, and you just constantly talk non-stop with very little to no break to it. Hey, Kevin! How's it going? How have you been doing lately? I have been doing pretty dang good. I've been doing pretty dang good. Got a new computer recently, in case you didn't know already. And I've been having a really great time with that. Also, you probably didn't know yet, Kevin, because we haven't been talking much at all in the last few years. But I got into a new hobby recently, which is completely off topic from what I'm currently doing. But I got into ballad song flipping. This is a really bad example because of the blackness of the frame here. Actually, let me just this is also a new one that I recently got. You can probably see it a little bit better if I just put it right over there. It's a black plastic ballad song, but I also have I also have this really cool bottle opener. That's an ancient Japanese ninja weapon. Actually, that's not entirely true. Because the ballad song originally came from the Philippines originally. The ballad song was originally came from the Philippines, and it got and it was basically evolved from there. But yeah, I do have a plastic one right here that I use just to fidget with, just to have fun with, and it's been really fun. I think I don't actually know what weapons the Japanese had. I know they had a fair few. I read mostly about it in the Japanese era, so that's why I thought it's an old Japanese weapon. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Like, if you just don't know any better, that I absolutely get that. But yeah, fun fact, ballad songs came from the Philippines originally. Nobody actually seems to agree with how old the ballad song is already. All that people seem to agree on is that they're old, and so the first ever ballad song has not been found yet, and I don't think if it will. I don't know if it will ever be found. So. I'm from the Philippines, and I didn't know that. It's honestly relatively easy to miss that kind of info if you're not into that kind of thing. If you're not into ballad songs and you just haven't done your research on it, you're just not going to know that. So I honestly get that. I'm pretty good myself. Just got out of a shitty situation because I had stress mixed with fear. Oh, damn, man. I'm really sorry to hear. I'm glad that I'm glad to see you're doing better than you did, but dang. I certainly hope you're in a much better situation nowadays. Neighbor fight. Oh. Yeah, I absolutely get that. That's terrible. I would not wish that kind of thing onto anyone, to be honest. Place down torches in your house in the mines, just in case mobs spawn. They look kind of dark. Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. It is kind of dark. It is really, really dark. Especially with the shader pack that I'm playing with. But I honestly also think it's kind of a vibe to have everything be as dark as it is. Oh shit. You should have consulted your you should have consulted the police about that. Make a report. Death threats, that's definitely death threats are definitely not good. Like, whenever I would receive a death threat, not that that ever happened to me, but if I ever was to receive a death threat from somebody, the first thing that I would do pretty much immediately is to make a report to the police about it, because holy shit, that's a scary thing to happen. Maybe I should also get some stone bricks. This is how I make my stone bricks, guys. Don't judge. I'll let Karma do the talking. Yeah, I get that. That's fair enough. But still, it's still not a good idea to stay around people like that. Like, that kind of thing is actually dangerous. Now I'm happier than ever. That's great to hear. I'm very glad you got in a better situation now. It's a close chapter. Yeah, that's definitely a good way to look at it. That's a very good way to look at it. Like, we can just... It's never good to just keep looking back at how bad of a past you had. Of course, traumas are a thing, and I absolutely get that, but I also try to keep in mind the good times I have and the good things I have nowadays. I learned about, I learned a lot from that whole situation. The past made me who I am today, so I'm proud about that. That's beautiful. You definitely should be. You definitely should be proud of yourself. Like, especially if you've grown beyond the person who you used to be in the past. Either good or bad, doesn't really matter. If you have grown into a better person or a more mature person in general, just be proud of yourself, because you deserve to be. Everyone deserves to be proud of themselves. Unrelated, I'm gonna go away from keyboard for a little bit so I can grab some extra water, because I feel like I'm going to need it. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, we're back in the saddle. I bought a pendulum to communicate with my spirit guides and soul connection friends. And I'm glad I bought that thing. That's pretty dang sick. What is it like to actually be communicating with spirits? I legitimately have no idea. I have never even considered doing something like that. Mainly because, I'm gonna be honest, that the idea of talking with literal ghosts is kinda scary to me. I don't judge anyone for actually wanting to do that. If that's something you're interested in, by all means go ahead. It's just not something that I would personally consider, because it's such a scary concept to me. I can see them. I see dead people. Sorry. Yeah, I recall you telling me something like that quite some time ago. That's still pretty dang sick, though. No, I think I'm gonna leave those out. I'm gonna replace that for pillars later. Because I like to do that, I guess. Oh. Hey! I have just enough stairs for a change. Excellent. Except I don't. Oh well. Let's get some more then. Now I'm learning people that want to meditate and stuff like that, or want to get some crystals. What kind of crystals you looking for? Do. Mainly for meditating. Oh, okay. Yeah, I get you. Oh my goodness. It's always so hard to tell if it's getting dark out or if it's still daytime when it's raining in Minecraft, especially with the shader pack on. Shaders tend to make thunderstorms or rain appear a lot darker than what they actually are. Which can be seen as a negative to some people. I personally don't think it is that much of a negative. I think it adds a little bit of atmosphere, and I like that about it. Like, I really like shader packs in general in Minecraft. It's really fun to play with. I learned that my guide is a literal elemental type spirit. An elemental type spirit? What does that mean? Legitimately, what does that mean? I have no idea. Wait, but how does that work? Is the spirit literally made out of water, fire, or air or something? And if yes, I just have to ask, that's an actual thing? That's so cool, though. That's really dang sick. I love that. So I've been learning a lot about spirits, especially because my best friend Mick, he can actually feel he can't actually see them, but he can feel the presence of spirits around him. And I've been learning a lot about spirit because of that, because he has the ability to feel spirits around him. I don't know if he can see them, but he can feel them, which is pretty cool. Well, I don't know if that's actually cool. I can imagine it also being pretty scary at times, but yeah. I can see them and sense them without being on the spot. Everything that's alive is a spiritual entity. That's definitely true, to some degree at least. So yeah, it makes sense that that even elements would have some kind of spirit to them, or pretty dang neat. People don't even know as much as they want to know. Yeah. Well, that's because the spirit world is just such, it's a very out there thing, so to say. Like, most people don't really consider, actually going out of the way to do their research on it. Because, I don't know, people are just really scared of it, I guess. It's there, but we can't see them. At least non-gifted people, yeah. You really have to be a very particular kind of person. Oh! There's also 2 creepers out there, I believe. Yeah, there's 2 of them. Oh! I don't have my blast protection unenabled on this. Hello, Mr. Creeper. You're not gonna explode on me if I stand behind the glass, are you? No, you're not. And that skeleton is also not going anywhere. Those creepers, I don't think, are also not gonna go anywhere. So that kind of really sucks. I should probably also get some more food. So we just get this, another one of these, and cook some more food up. That's gonna be very useful. Oh man. Oh, grievous. Sorry about that, guys. If I wanted to, I can tell of the people I'm talking to feel like if they are human spirits or not. Okay. But wait, does that mean you can also talk to animal spirits? If so, that would be really dang awesome. Oh, you can! Okay. Yeah, as you can tell, I'm really fascinated by this kind of stuff. I'm just fascinated by the spirit world and how that works in general. I don't really know why, but I just find something really fascinating about it. It's not really something that I've done that much research for. You go right over here, creeper. Oh, oops. I made a massive mistake, I think, by building a house next to two gaping holes like this. Great. Thanks for making another gaping hole into my freaking world, creeper. I'm like a walk-in portal. Imagine being a walk-in portal. God. Maybe some other time. I'm gonna be relatively busy the following few days. One with my editing work, and two with cleaning up my room, because I've been cleaning up my room pretty good lately, because it's been really necessary. It's long been overdue. Like, I have neglected cleaning my room and actually throwing some shit away that I just don't need ever since I got into this apartment. And to say it kind of got out of hand would be an understatement. A really big understatement. So, yeah. I'm gonna be busy for the following few weeks. Could have been much longer than 5 years, to be honest. Because, like, when I was last in, when we last went to school together, I believe I was around 17 or 18, something like that. And, I don't think we've seen each other since. Which, that was, like, 7 years ago by now. So, so 7 or 8 years ago, I think. was the last time we've seen each other. Let's just say I changed a lot. Yeah, so have I. We all change over time. Especially over the course of 7 years. Everyone changes so much. Like, I've especially just matured so much since then. It's kind of crazy to think about. It's crazy how much someone can mature over the course of 7 years. And how much people change in general over the course of 7 years. I need to get a roof assembled up here. Yeah, let's just do the usual thing. I think I'm just gonna do my usual thing. I've built this exact same house like over and over and over again over the last few years, ever since I started building it. So we're just gonna do it again. I think I might change some things around with what materials I use for it. Change the design around a little bit in terms of what materials I use. Like, usually I go with stone bricks because I think stone bricks look sick. But for this one, I'm thinking of just going with deep slate and stone bricks. Just kind of a combination of two. Hey, Strider, how's it going? No, I'm not in a new apartment. I'm still in the same apartment as I always was. I really freaking wish I was in a new apartment, but I'm not in a new apartment, unfortunately. You might think so because of this massive closet that I have now, but nope, this is still the exact same room I was in for the last 7 years. It looks cleaner than usual. That's because I spent all day yesterday cleaning up my room. So yeah, that would be why. But it is still the exact same room as I always had. And you can tell that it is still the exact same room because of the wall of plushies that I have back here. Because that's the exact same wall of plushies that I've always had. I would very much like a new apartment by now, though. That would be great. Just have a place of my own. Oh, there's the plushes. Yeah. I'm thinking of maybe changing the angle of this, the perspective a little bit. Just so I can have the plushies in the background again. Because I used to have shelves over here that had a bunch of stuff on there, but now it's just everything is closed off now, so. Which gives it a cleaner look, but it also just doesn't make the background look all that more interesting, so. I might switch that around a little bit so I can have my plushies in the background again. So yeah, your shadow filter makes this look so good. Thank you. Yeah, I really like it too. I also enjoy streaming lately, but I'm streaming on Twitch. And let's just say, becoming a streamer is really fun. Live streaming is definitely really fun, although I personally prefer streaming on YouTube. I made a whole video about why I prefer streaming on YouTube, and I've also talked about it a bunch of times in the past, why I prefer streaming on YouTube. But I also made a whole video on YouTube as to why streaming can be a nightmare and a half. I recently asked somebody, Actually, that's not right. Recently, somebody asked me what I would recommend for beginning streamers if they want to become a full-time streamer. Because they apparently really badly wanted to become a full-time streamer. And I am not someone... and I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. Live streaming as a full-time job is the last thing that I would ever recommend. I would not recommend doing this as a career, because there is so much baggage involved that I've explained a number of times in the past. Your income is not going to be very reliable, because your income will rely solely on Twitch subscriptions if you're going to stream on Twitch, and on your donations and on things like that, and on merch sales. And it's just not a very reliable source of income. Now, that's not to say that YouTube is necessarily a reliable source of income. I know that a lot of content creators have been struggling really badly to pay the bills because ad revenue has been all over the place for a lot of creators for the longest time. But live streaming in particular is, in my humble opinion, the least reliable source of income if you're looking to do anything on the internet full-time as a career. Because you're going to have to rely solely on the generosity of your audience. There's no ad revenue. There's if you're lucky, you might get a sponsorship. But I know that very few live streamers actually have a sponsorship on Twitch. And actually, I could probably count the number of sponsored Twitch streamers on one single paw, which is not a lot of people. I'll become a full-time streamer if it's being called to me. I would say YouTube is more stable than Twitch. I'll agree on that one. YouTube is definitely a YouTube does fluctuate from what I know. But with YouTube, you at the very least get ad revenue. You make money off of the ads that you get on YouTube videos. But because you have to rely solely on the generosity of your audience on Twitch, that is where things get complicated and really unreliable. And so I just straight up told the guy that I would not recommend live streaming as a full-time career, because it's just not a good way of making money whatsoever, at least in my opinion. They did not like that answer whatsoever. They were not happy with getting an answer like that. Like, that was not the answer that they wanted to hear. Which I understand. Like, if this is something that you really want to pursue as a career, I absolutely understand. I totally get that. And I absolutely get that you probably don't want to hear someone telling you that I don't recommend doing this as a career. But I also can't lie to you and tell you that you should do this and that you have to do some things. Oh yeah, a lot of streamers on, especially Twitch, make it look really easy and awesome. It really isn't. Depending on the platform that you're going to do live streams on, it can be really painful. Like when I was streaming on Twitch, and I talked about this at length in the past, but when I was streaming on Twitch, my audience was really just not there. Very few people very few people watching me, actually came to my live streams on Twitch at all, and I often just would not have any audience whatsoever on there. So I would often just be talking into midair, into thin air, and instead of actually talking to people, or with people, even. I just kind of wonder what some of those gaming streamers will do if they spend 10 years and not build qualifications for other jobs in that time. Yeah, that's actually a very good question. Now, I do know that a lot of live streamers, not all of them, a lot of them just went balls in with just doing live streams, but a lot of live streamers do have, at the very least, some diplomas, some degrees. They will get a proper job somewhere, but I've also seen a number of content creators and live streamers who don't have that, who didn't go to college or whatever. So, they will have a really hard time actually getting a proper job somewhere. Not to say that it's impossible. You definitely can get a good job if you don't have a degree for something, but it's going to get extraordinarily difficult. So, I would love the idea for me to like to use my ability to see spirits to get as a career, like go into places and getting rid of demons, stuff like that. I don't know how exactly you would make money off of a career like that, but hey, whatever floats your boat, my guy. If that's what you want to do, I'd say go for it. I don't know how exactly you would make money off of that. I would assume that would be like a freelance job or whatever. Which, if you can, if you have the opportunity to, if you are able to get a freelance job out of something like that, and if you're able to make a living off of that, that's absolutely awesome. You should totally do that. But freelance work is tricky. As a freelancer myself, it can be really tricky. But you definitely can do it. I'm pretty sure you can definitely do it. Now, as far as what you want to do goes, I wish you the absolute best of luck. I cannot tell you for certain how you should go about it, because I have no knowledge on that kind of thing. But yeah. I like the workplace I have right now. It doesn't even feel like work. Where do you work? What do you work at? I'm very, very curious. I'm gonna start my my own job tomorrow, actually. Like, I'm gonna be working at my local thrift store at the electronics department. So I will be testing, pricing, and putting electronic devices in my local thrift store, which is something that I've been wanting to do for literally ever. Because I've had an internship at that exact same thrift store for a number of years, and I've always thoroughly enjoyed it. It was always one of my favorite things to do. So, it will absolutely be an experience to finally get to work there proper this time. I'm really excited about that. Especially because the workplace is just really nice. There's so many awesome people there. The work is really chill. There's not really all that much stressing out going on. You can work at whatever pace you like. There's always something to do there. You're never really having a moment where you sit down and doing nothing for an hour or two. There's always something to do. Which I like. I like to be able to just have something to do at any given moment. Because I am really not made for having to sit down for hours and hours on end and doing nothing all day. And I really learned about this when I dropped out of college and had no work whatsoever for almost a year. The other day I'm at Sligro, the other day I'm delivering the clean laundry from living groups, and a guider specifically, I think that says, specifically there, and me and her having this special connection to just look at each other and, oh, nice. I'm really glad you have that kind of working situation. That's really nice. Also, I'm gonna go away from keyboard real quick. I gotta go to the bathroom. So, I'll be back in just a second. And we're back. We're back. Back. But yeah, I'm very excited to finally have a job again. It took me forever to finally get one. And now it is nice that I know that a lot of people have struggled to get a proper job. I know I struggled almost a year getting a proper job and whatnot. I actually I know a few people who struggled a few years. Like someone told me that they were living that nightmare of looking for a job for almost 5 years or something like that. It's insane. I'm lucky to live in my apartment for 3.5 years now, and I live on my own for like 6 years now. I'm really happy for you. I would absolutely love to have an apartment of my own at some point. I will absolutely get an apartment at some point. Not right now, because I just don't really have the money to afford that at the moment. But should hopefully become a lot easier to get a good job. Oh, to get an apartment now that I finally have a proper job and whatnot. So gotta entertain yourself somehow, by the way, while you're waiting for your stone to get furnaced. And I guess I could also just work on getting my house a little bit better decorated and whatnot, but still. I started living on my own when I felt like I'm ready to move out. Building another Patreon house on my side, I just needed a bit of chill time tonight. Feeling a bit creatively bleh. That's unfortunate to hear. I'm very sorry to hear. I'm hoping that you will do a little bit better over there, buddy. Let me actually just join you on the Minecraft server and see what you're doing there. I would be very curious. Let's see. I believe it was in the hub world that was at. Do I believe in angel numbers? That's an excellent question. I'm not sure. Oh, like that. I'm not sure, actually. About as much as I believe in seeing demons. Aren't demons usually portrayed as being invisible? Like something you cannot see, but can still murder you from the inside out? I have no idea. Not invincible to be. Okay, yeah, fair enough, I guess. Goes to show how much I know about this kind of thing. Honestly, not sure what I'm doing with this design. Well, you're really trying something cool. Kind of gives me treehouse vibes with those logs on the with those logs and everything. Like you have a nice little plateau standing on a bunch of pillars here for some support. I can see what you're going for. Actually looking pretty dang sick. I had a demon in my house for like a few days. Oh my goodness. I am honestly not sure how I would feel about that one. Was he well-mannered? I can't imagine a demon being well-mannered, Strider. Oh my goodness, guys. By the way, Strider, I finished the cut, the raw cut for 2 of the 3 segments that you sent me. Well, the 2.5 segments, I should say. Or the 1.5, I don't know. That was quick. Nice work. Yeah, thank you. It was a big-in for this one. Yeah. What I was just wondering, did you want the 7 and 8 segments together in one sequence, or should I separate them in their own sequences? How'd you find it has come together? Pretty good so far. A little bit darker than usual. But, still pretty fine. I think in one sequence, if I remember right. Okay. I'm wondering, because you grouped them together in the script, At the very least in the notes. So, I figured I'd ask. No, like physically hurting. Oh boy, that does not sound like a good time, Kevin. One sequence is fine. Okay. I might have actually separated them in their own dedicated sequence when I was cutting up the live action, but I will finish up the live action for these segments after dinner tonight, or maybe even after this live stream, and then I'll be adding the footage over the top of them. Go for it if that's easier. No, I think putting the two of them in just one sequence should not be a should not be an issue. Especially when I'm just cutting the raw footage for it, like the raw live action footage, should be no problem. Is the green screen not clipping or glitching too much? I haven't actually messed with the green screen yet. Mainly because I'm literally just cutting up the raw footage for the moment. And I have not done anything else to it. The green screen effect I typically add after all of the raw footage is completed, and when I'm adding footage and visuals over the top of it. Yeah, the templates seem to work fine, so I don't really have all that many concerns about that. Yeah, I really like this design that you have going on here. You could potentially border up this bottom part here. I think you messed up. No, you did not mess up this design. It looks fine. I've seen a lot worse. Like, you're at the very least trying to make something out of it, and that's a lot more than I could say for literally square towers that I've seen in the past. Like, that's how I would build my my houses back in the day, just a literal square. So kind of this bottom part right here, and you could potentially use that as like a storage space or whatever. Yeah. But only gets into discovering the spirit world when you sort of know what to do. Yeah, that's definitely something that I I would absolutely never suggest anyone get into that kind of stuff, to be perfectly honest, because most people don't know what the hell they're doing, and they're just gonna deep dive into it without any knowledge whatsoever as to what the heck they are supposed to do, and they just end up, I'll put it this way, bad stuff happens. Like, I've seen some crazy shit happen when people mess with a Ouija board, or a Ouija board, if you will. I call it a Ouija board. Wonder what your crush would think if you told her you're wanting a full-time career in demon hunting. Well, so long as they're supportive of you, then that should be no problem. But then again, I can also imagine them being a little bit scared of their own safety and of your safety. Anyway, that's enough of the Minecraft server for the time being. Let's get back into my own world. Perhaps you should ask, could be a new similarity. Maybe. Maybe, yeah, just ask what she thinks and see what happens. Or what they think, I should say. Sorry, I should not be assuming gender like that. Especially not in this day and age. Gotta be super careful with using the right pronouns for people, especially when you don't know them. For now, I'm not really looking for a relationship. I'm fine on my own. Yeah, that's definitely get you. Even though I'm in a relationship already. I don't know what the heck I'm saying at this point. I've been going on for long enough to where I hardly even know what the hell I'm even saying anymore. Actually, how long have I been doing this? Nearly 2 hours! Holy shit. Okay, I'm probably gonna finish up this this rooftop. And fall down to the ground, apparently. And then, I'm probably gonna end the stream here and, we will, do something else later. I'll probably, get back into editing those segments together for Strider. Because I do really want to get, at the very least, the raw footage done for today. Before I do anything else. Oh no, you can gladly stay in the chat if you so desire, Strider. I don't mind. I'll give you some space. Thanks for the stream chat. Catch you later. Alrighty then. See you, my guy. Always nice to chat with peeps. How much wood do I need? Knowing me, probably a lot more than what I currently have right now. I'm gonna chop down one last tree. And that should hopefully be enough. Yeah, let's just make a bunch of these. And let's make a few more because I don't know if I have enough of them. And let's make a bunch of this. There we go. I probably don't have enough stairs for this, but that's okay. Yeah, you can... Oh yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Alright. And now for the slabs. Which never work properly. Another golden example of when things just don't want to work. I've had so many instances when where when I would put down one of these slabs, random buggery like that would happen. Like, I was clearly looking at the top of the block, right? And it would still just end up at the bottom of the frickin' thing. Like, it's so weird. I don't understand how some blocks work sometimes. Like, some blocks work the way that you would expect, but a lot of them really do not. And it's really frustrating when that happens. Okay. I'm gonna fix that up later, but yeah, this is pretty much the house for the time being. We've been busy with this for long enough now. I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna get back into doing my editing work because I've been really enjoying doing that, and I really want to get at the very least the live action done by the end of the day. Or at the very least before dinner, so I can actually get doing the footage later tonight. But anyway, that's been it for today's live stream. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your days, be it the morning, evening, afternoon, night, whatever it is. And I will see you all in the next one.